John Gacy was born on March 17, 1942 in Chicago, Illinois. He was second of 3 children and the only son to John Stanley Gacy and Marion Robinson. From age 4, Gacy was verbally and physically abused by his father. His father was also an alcoholic. Despite the abuse, Gacy admired his father and constantly sought his approval.
John!
Yes, Dad?
Where'd you put my bottle?
It's in your hand, Dad!
What'd you say?
It's in your hand!
When Gacy was in elementary school, he was diagnosed with a congenital heart condition, which limited his physical activity. As a result of his struggles, he became very overweight and continued to be bullied and harassed. At age 11, Gacy was hospitalized for several months at a time after experiencing unexplained blackouts. His father decided Gacy was faking the blackouts because the doctors were unable to diagnose why it was happening. After 5 years of being in and out of the hospital, it was discovered that he had a blood clot in his brain, which was treated. But Gacy's delicate health issues failed to protect him from his father's drunken wrath. He received regular beatings for no particular reason other than his father disdained him. After years of abuse, Gacy taught himself not to cry. This was the only thing he consciously ever did that he knew would provoke his father's anger. He was also a high school dropout.
You want to play?
Yeah, let's pass.
Let's play! Come on, keep playing!
Yay!
Can I play?
John was always very
Let's
antisocial.
play!
John, go play with that little girl over there.
No.
Go play with the girl.
As John got older, his father started to question his sexuality.
I said go play with the girl.
No.
Why aren't you crying, son? Cry. You gonna cry like a little girl? Why don't you cry anymore?
In 1962, Gacy's father bought him a car, but he wouldn't let Gacy drive it. Because he was angry, Gacy sold the car and fled to Las Vegas, Nevada. There he worked as a mortuary attendant, and one night he acted inappropriately with a dead teenage boy in his coffin. In shock over his actions, he begged his parents to let him come back home, and so he drove back. In Chicago, Illinois, he enrolled at Northwestern Business College and worked as a Nunn-Bush shoe company. Okay. In 1966, Gacy took ownership of his father-in-law's Kentucky Fried Chicken franchises in Waterloo, Ohio. There he solicited young junior chamber members as sexual partners. In 1967, he sexually assaulted Donald, who was 15 years old. In 1968 to 1969, Donald went public, and Gacy was charged with sexual assault and attempted sexual assault on another boy named Edward, who was 16. He tried to prevent the testimonies and offered a boy named Russell Schroeder, who was 18, $300 to spray the kid with mace. Gacy was psychologically evaluated and imprisoned for the offense. Because of his offense, his wife divorced him, but he was a model prisoner and allowed to attend his father's funeral. Around 1970, he was released from prison in June and after serving 18 months of a 10-year sentence. There he lived with his mother in Chicago and was accused of another assault, but the boy never testified, and his parole officer never found out. Because his parole officer didn't know, he was released and gained full citizenship. He bought a house in Norwood Park, Cook County, and he married a divorcee named Carol Hoff, who had 2 daughters. A week before they married, he was charged for sexual assault on a teenage boy by impersonating an officer. He blackmailed the boy, and so the charges were dropped. In 1972 to 1973, he quit his job as a cook and began work at PDM Contractors, which was for painting, decorating, and maintenance. Gacy and another employee traveled to Florida to inspect Gacy's new property purchase, and there Gacy sexually assaulted the other man. To all of his friends, Gacy was a likable man. He was involved in charity work where he dressed up as Poco the Clown. His charity work involved birthday parties and young events for young children.
Pogo! Pogo! Pogo!
Gacy lured his victims in by promising some sort of construction work. He would strangle them with a rope or board while he was assaulting them. Strangulation was his form of murder.
Sweetie, you having fun at the birthday party?
Oh yeah, Dad.
Good. Pogo, my man.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How
You
are
enjoying the party?
Oh yeah.
Good, good. I have a construction job I need some help with. You want to help me with it? We'll be back before the party's over.
Oh yeah. I love getting my hands dirty.
All right, come on with me.
Right through here.
Oh yeah, right through there.
I really appreciate this, Pogo.
Gacy murdered 33 people. His first kill, he brought home a young man from the bus station and got mad at him. Later, he killed him and hid him under the crawl space under his house. He often lured young men and boys into his home. He would sexually assault them and then suffocate them. After he killed them, he would dismember them and hide them in the crawl space under his house. So when police came through his house, they instantly smelled the dead bodies rotting.
Come here, you. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh!
The investigation of Gacy started when Robert Pice went missing on December of 1978. He met the boy at a pharmacy and talked to him about a job opportunity. The boy left with him, and the parents filed a missing persons report. Gacy was the last person in contact with the boy, so the police went straight to his house. He denied any confrontation, but the police found suspicious items in his home that belonged to other people, including various driver's licenses, books on homosexuality, and a pistol. From here, the police opened up a case on Gacy to find that he had multiple dead bodies of missing men and boys in his home. John Gacy was brought to trial on February 6 of 1980 and was charged with 33 murders. Gacy had attempted to convince the doctors that he was suffering from multiple personality disorder. His lawyers pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. During the third week of the trial, Gacy's defense team attempted to raise the possibility of all 33 murders were accidental. The Cook County coroner countered this assertion with evidence that Gacy's claim was impossible. And on February 29th, one of the youths Gacy had sexually assaulted, Donald, testified. A week after him, another boy, Robert, testified, recounting his ordeal at Gacy's hands in December 1977. During the fifth week of trial, Gacy wrote a personal letter to Judge Garipo requesting a mistrial. The letter included that he did not approve his lawyer's insanity plea approach, that his lawyers had not allowed him to take the witness stand. The jury deliberated for less than 2 hours and found Gacy guilty of 33 charges of murder, for which he had brought to trial. He was also found guilty of sexual assault and taking indecent liberties with a child, both convictions in reference to Robert Pice. The following day, the prosecutors and the defense lawyers met to determine his sentence. Defense lawyers wanted life in prison, but the prosecutors wanted a death sentence. The jury again deliberated for more than 2 hours before they returned with their verdict, sentencing Gacy to death.
Police, get your hands in the air! You're under arrest for
What? No, no.
Shut up! You're on...
I'm Pogo the Clown. Leave me alone.
You're under arrest for the murder of 33 people.
Leave me alone. I'm Pogo the Clown.
Get out! Get out!
Gacy died from lethal injection on May 10th of 1994. His killings lasted from 1975 to 1978. For all those who died, Timothy McCoy, John Bukovich, Daniel Sampson, Randall Ruffett, Sam Stapleton, Michael Bonin, William Carroll, Rick Johnson, Kenneth Parker, Michael Marino, Gregory Goddick, John Syke, John Prestige, Matthew Bowman, Robert Gilroy, John Murray, Russell Nelson, Robert Winch, Tommy Bowling, David Talsma, William Kildred, Timothy O'Rourke, Rank Langington, James Mazzara, Robert Peist. There are still 7 victims that are unknown, ranging from the ages of 14 to 32.